Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is CHema. I go by CHema Skandal. I'm a graphic artist, visual, multidisciplinary artist. I'm mainly working on print media, but also painting lately and exploring 3D and sculptural work. I am originally from Mexico City, in a neighborhood country, Mexico. But I've been living here in Chicago for more than 13 years now. And I just graduated from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, MFA program on print media.
Great, so I wanted to start with the drawing, but maybe we'll just do a few more questions first. One of the questions I sent you was, what's because a lot of your work gets used for events or musicians even, what's the most random or sort of out of context place you've ever seen your work, if that's ever happened before?
The most random place and situation I've seen my work in or at, I would say, is a bus stop, and that was through, of course, a corporate. It was a graphic work for a beer, a multinational beer company.
Wow.
But, well, of course, that was planned.
Yeah.
The other very random space I've seen my work at, it's at a bar, curiously, another alcoholic related environment. But in this case was a reappropriation of a sticker I did years ago. And I found it in Puebla, in Mexico, which is 2 hours out of Mexico City. But they took a graphic of a mask I did originally as a relief print, and they reappropriated it. They turned it into a sticker, and they put another slogan.
So did they have permission on that one, or did they?
No, that's the weird and random part of it.
Right.
That they just took it, but
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So,
I found throughout the years a couple graphics like that that people just use it, and sometimes I give permission, or I put them free on my website to be downloaded.
Right.
But in this case, they just took them and made them.
How did that make you feel? Was that like an honor, or did you feel like they were kind of taking something from you?
I think that's the power of the print and the printed graphics, the visuals. When they reach out a larger audience, people feel they resonate with them.
Yeah.
And they can use them in another context.
Right.
But no, I really like that. For me, that's the power of print, and also is how images live through even when the author is not around anymore.
Right. Yeah. So what was the first? What was like the beer brand? When you said you saw it at a bus stop.
Yeah.
What was the brand?
That was Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Not the best beer.
Yeah.
For my taste buds, but.
Yeah. That's so you were just like at the bus stop and you're like, oh, that's my work. That's
exactly.
Okay. That's
funny.
It
was a big campaign some years ago.
So we'll do one more question and then we'll maybe take a break and do the drawing. But I've seen you've done some artwork for vinyl records. How did you get your start doing those kind of assignments? So how did you get your start in those kind of commissions and assignments, doing maybe vinyl records and work with musicians?
Well, the story is I was also going to study as a musician.
Okay.
Because I like music. My work is very highly influenced by music. But back in the day, I was organizing some concerts, and part of it was to do the flyer or the promotional stuff for it. But I also happened to own a very obscure and underground record label. Since I was living in Mexico City, so that is like.
Oh wow.
It started around 2002, 2003. And I put out some records for a very specific music genre. I was playing in a couple bands and I had musician friends, so it was like a natural evolution to do the artwork and the labels and the promotional posters for them.
Right.
So yeah, I've been involved in that part of the industry, if you want. But through some musician friends or gigs or festivals I have attended before, they learned about my stuff, my work, my practice, and my ethos, I would say. So they invited me to collaborate with the bands or the artists.
Right.
And sometimes these days I am commissioned by the bands or by another musician to do the work.
Right. So the line is probably blurred a little bit between the early posters or covers that you did under your record label, but what were some of maybe the first collaborations or works you did for other musicians outside of? Were they all like under your record label? You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah. So what were some of the first maybe designs or artworks that you made for different musicians, kind of back then?
I cannot remember now. One of the first one is a friend who is originally Canadian and lives in Los Angeles area. And by the way, he's performing in Mexico City this weekend, I guess. But his name is Chris Moray, and he used to play in a band called King Apparatus in Canada. But he has been in the States for a while. So we organized a gig, me and my friend, and we flew him out to Mexico City. It was one of the first acoustic ska performances. And that's because it was affordable. He's a one-man band ska. One-man ska band, sorry.
Right.
So he plays everything. He plays the harmonica, the guitar. He also is a composer, and it was the most affordable act to bring over. So that was probably one of the first ones, and then from then on, I started collaborating with other musicians from all around, and I've been collaborating with people from the Czech Republic, from Tokyo, Japan, Toulouse in France, others in the UK, or even in Jamaica, or here in the US. Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds like it's very relevant to sort of a lot of the work you do now with collaborations and in the art world, in the arts, for example. But yeah, it sounds like that early sort of collaborative maybe commissions in music might be relevant to what you do now with your work, and maybe we'll like circle back on that a little bit later. But do you want to take a break now, and maybe if you want to go off camera, if you want to switch mask, and maybe we could also we could just draw for a few minutes. I can move the camera, and you can, if you want to break.
Totally.
Okay. Do you want to draw with a mask or?
Yeah, I would like to draw with another one. So you can make like a zoom in, or
should we do a zoom in?
Yeah, no problem. We are rolling.
Sorry?
We are rolling.
We are rolling, yeah. But yeah, no, like, just whatever.
And if you want, I can still, talk. And
yeah.
If this is recorded.
So, yeah, I guess something I was saying towards the end there was like, it seems like so you were doing, you started a record label, right? And that was, a record label obviously requires work with other people, and you know, that's very different from just like an insular studio practice.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do you feel like that experience helped shape like Print Mercado and any sort of work you do now collaboratively?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, lately I've been thinking about that. My practice is very community oriented.
Right.
And believe it or not, for some time I try to, or I don't know if I rejected it, or I tried to explore another route for my work. But it's something that comes natural to me. As you said, making a record, for example, you have to, first of all, it was 2002, 2003, and there were not a lot of record presses.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, vinyl record was kind of out,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody was
Right.
using
VHS or
Digital.
whatever, CDs probably.
CDs,
Yeah.
but also it was the beginning of the digital music.
Yeah.
So, in specific, the music I was listening to, and also the formats that music was in, which was the original old-timey format, which is records, vinyl record. And I was looking for the company that was still pressing this kind of material in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And there was only one lady doing
Mhm.
it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, just looking for that,
Right.
learning how the record's gonna be made, and
Mhm.
also the different formats or the specifics I needed to get her audio file
Mm-hmm.
in order to be pressed into a record.
Mm-hmm.
It taught me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really enjoyed those processes, and how you're still, and up to this day I find myself learning about new tools or new materials or art supplies in this case,
Mm-hmm.
but I would extend it to almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like learning about others
Yeah.
practice, and also when the time comes, if there's a possibility of working together, most of the time I'm open to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah. But so you were saying there was a time when you maybe turned away from working with collaboratively for a little bit?
I guess so,
Yeah.
because as an artist, of course, you spend a lot of time by yourself,
Yeah.
but also you get all these ideas that you are the, how to say, quintessential? I mean, the
Quintessential?
quintessential
Mm-hmm.
creative, and you are unique, and your work is, of course it is, but it's not more important than others. And I think I was just trying to find myself,
Yeah.
which is something I do all the time. But I guess I was younger and I wanted to, I don't know, be by myself.
Yeah.
And
But of course one needs to like recharge and like if you can't force something, you know? Like, so if you're not getting any value from it, if you don't feel like you're able to give yourself to others, then it makes sense. Like,
yeah, but at the end is something that it really comes natural to me.
yeah.
Working together with others,
Yeah.
and it's something that really satisfies in my case, my practice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess I stopped fighting it.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But you're right. You always try, or you always need a break and rethink stuff. I don't know. I think that's a part of the artist that always is there.
Mm-hmm. So what are you drawing?
Right now I'm drawing just a growing plant.
Yeah.
Like something that really amazes me is nature.
Yeah.
And I was
Me too.
also studied a year of biology
Uh-huh.
because all my family is from the sciences,
Yeah.
all related to stuff. My mom, she's a botanist,
Uh-huh.
so I have the difference. I don't know, just thinking about how human beings can build a. There's a phrase, I don't know who said it, but humans can build the biggest bomb,
Yeah.
but they cannot never build the tiniest flower.
Yeah.
And it's
I've
like,
never heard that before. That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So lately I've been letting myself be surprised by insects, by the small fungi and flowers that grow like all around. When there's heat and humidity,
Mm-hmm.
you see all the life flourishing
Yeah.
all around us, and also composting and being exposed to this urban farm.
Mm-hmm.
That it's very nice to see how everything's alive here around us.
Mm-hmm. So, do we want to? We could put something else here. Should we want to put your name here, maybe, instead?
Okay.
I'm cool with that. I could erase it if you wanna.
No problem. I just wanted to. Yeah, I forgot you told me that.
Yeah. Here, let me do that.
I do that.
You
No,
wanna
I wrote on top, if you don't mind. Actually, I can include it here, so we can have Mac, and then I'll do that here. No worries. If you think better, I can do it.
No, it's yeah. Let's erase it, and then I'll draw TM here, and then you can write your name here. But yeah, I've been spending a lot of time in nature because I go with my dog every day to like a nature preserve, and
Where?
it's I go to one like near the highway,
Okay.
kind of on Foster, like west on Foster.
Oh, because you're in Humboldt Park? Or
No, I'm
the
for the
Loop,
last
right?
I was in South Loop,
South
but
Loop, yeah.
for the last 3-4 months I've been basically in like Lincoln Square-ish area.
Right.
So
Oh, so you're in your promenades with your doggy?
yeah, so it's funny you said like insects because we've had a little run-in. I just like there's obviously a lot of insects in nature preserves, and one day basically I'm pretty sure she found a nest of ticks.
Oh.
You know ticks?
Yeah.
And so I found 10 ticks on her in the last 2 weeks. So
Because she was running on the grass? Or?
yeah, she was just in the long grass, and she must have picked up all these ticks. And so I've had to take them off her, and 2 of them unfortunately got pretty big. I couldn't catch them. But
So she took a bath, or
yeah, I got tick shampoo.
you had? Yeah.
But yeah, no, it really calms me. It's so peaceful to go every day,
And you cannot do that during the winter.
Right, I know.
Of course, during the winter you don't find those insects.
Yeah.
But it's part of surviving creatures do, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that with cicadas this last week. That they just came out and they were singing super loud, and why they weren't around 12 weeks before. So just their natural clock just starts and they come out of the underground and the cycle continues. And that would be the same with I would say with how, I mean, nature works, of course, but also with human life. As bad as it is in those times, I mean, people survive, and they struggle to that. We have seen a lot of examples, and people all around. They keep going, even if it's for surviving or to keep doing art or you know. So I think that's important, and also I have allowed myself to be surprised by it. And, inspired. Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to actually start a comic about how species survive, and we're probably the only ones that take very seriously the way we try to annihilate them. And so in some cases we do. Sadly.
Yeah. But there's also, you're right in terms of annihilation, but there's also, you know, insects and animals. There's like the food chain where like, I don't know, like spiders, for example, are crucial, you know what I mean, for the ecosystem, because spiders, I forget what they do, but maybe they kill insects, certain
flies,
mosquitoes or flies.
Yeah, they're important.
Yeah.
But sometimes we see them as intruders.
Yeah.
And most of the time, we are the intruders.
Yeah.
We people.
Exactly.
But yeah, I was reading about dodo, the dodo bird.
Yeah.
And what's the name of this? I guess it's the Rodriguez solitaire, it was a non-flying. Another bird, it was a dove, like a pigeon, and how it was annihilated by humans because they go to this island and they couldn't fly away. So people exterminated them.
Wait, the dodo birds?
Yeah, dodos, of course, but this is another
pigeon. Yeah.
And I was just thinking about how many species that we don't know.
Yeah.
They have disappeared because of human input.
Yeah.
But many of them are still here, and they actually. I mean, they've been around, and also they resist. They resist all the impact of human life, but they adapt. You know. Here in Chicago, you see a lot of that.
So are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a rubbing on the wood, and then.
Well, when I came to Chicago, the then American Poster Institute, the API, was involved with Pitch for the music festival through Flexcut. Flexcut is a printmaking and prints-oriented market that was working with different festivals around the country, and they were organizing that small market during the music festival. At the time, and when I first came to Chicago to visit, I guess I was invited to be part of it. And I didn't have that many gig posters or concert posters, but I somehow brought some the ones I had in Mexico, and then I screen printed a couple here. And well, this is 2025, and this is the first year we don't have pitchwork because it was sold to a largest corporation that didn't see the independent music as a business model, I guess.
Yeah.
But it also affected this year to the printmaking community.
Yeah, right.
And how I usually approach a gig poster, or how I conceptualize it, is mainly, well, I'm interested in the band.
Yeah.
Or either the musicians or the band knows me, or we are friends and we talk about that in advance. But when I reach out, it's because I like the artist or the music or what they are saying.
Yeah.
But also I try to focus on one of their lyrics that resonates with me.
Yeah.
Or probably something that is going on, like in public life or current events. So yeah, I usually try to translate part of their creation or their creativity into a visual way. That said, I think my work wouldn't be fit with all kinds of music, but sometimes I think it gets much more clearly related to some bands or some musicians. So it comes to like naturally, I would say.
Yeah. So I looked at different posters you made, and I could tell that like you made it, but it did feel like they were all just like very subtly and like specific to that band or something, you know what I mean? Almost as if it like fits the feeling of that music or something. And yeah, I'm just curious more about that. Like, how do you feel like you're changing your style at all when you're doing something for someone else, or because like for example, one might be like black, white, and red or something, and then another one might have a lot more colors. So how do you kind of make those decisions in terms of like, you know what I mean, like the overall what you're going for?
Yeah, I think it's important to listen carefully to what the band or the musician is saying, and then try to isolate a concept. Sometimes again it's just a song, or they usually have a hit that is well known. Even if it's a small community or a very specific music genre, and their followers, they know what attracts from these artists. So I think, well, that would be part important of doing in this case, a poster. But also what I've been lately thinking about is the experience of the person that is attending an event.
Yeah.
And people see a gig poster also as a souvenir.
Right.
And it's something that brings them back to that specific moment they were attending that show. So I just did one last week for a band that was touring, and they played in Pilsen at Talia Hall.
Yeah.
And I noticed that people really wanted to get the print as a reminder of that specific night. So it's like Chicago Summer 2025.
Right.
What is going on?
Right.
And usually my in that case my work is to make a visual reminder.
Yeah.
Of what is going on with the band and their lyrics. It's like a mixture.
That makes a lot of sense.
And that, I think that's a powerful thing, because people really, I mean, I've run into people that tell me like, hey, I got this print years ago and I love that
specific show because they have a story. And
Mhm.
of course, I'm not into that story, but
Yeah.
they see my work as a reminder of that. And sometimes they met their significant one, or
Mhm.
I don't know. It was a crazy night. They ended
Yeah.
drunk or something, but it's I think that's worth it for the human experience.
Mhm.
That's yeah.
I have a follow-up question, but I just want to show you where we're at. I feel like we can make do with that rubbing, right?
Yeah, totally.
So I want to ask you, like, how do you want to approach this? What's your vision for what do you want to carve in? Like, do you want to carve what's in pencil, or do you want to carve around? Probably easier to carve with pencil. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I would like to have the black as the relief.
As though.
Relief, yeah, even if it takes
so,
longer.
So carve the other. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want? Is it cool?
I
if
could probably ink it, and then we just do you have a red marker?
A what?
A red marker.
A red marker?
Yeah. Or even like a red acrylic with them.
Honestly, I usually just carve based on the pencil. If that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me? Is it okay if I start clearing some stuff out, maybe? Or do you
Yeah,
want?
yeah. I would probably like to ink it first, just to have
Okay.
it visually easier.
But I feel like the only issue is like now we might have to do the drawing again.
I can do it. I mean, this was just a sketch.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take that longer.
What do you usually cover it with?
Oh, I have a red marker. I have a very thick, like jumbo uni. But we could use acrylic.
Do you have any?
I don't have acrylic. I mean, I don't have a marker. No, I didn't bring one. But I think I have ink. And then we can just. Do you have a red acrylic?
Yeah, I have paint. I have some paint.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier because
Yeah, whatever you.
I mean, this is like redrawing back, but I think it's nice and easier.
Yeah. Wait, so should I grab the paint?
Yeah, and if you have a brush,
Okay.
have you done any posters? I mean, gig posters or?
No, I don't do much posters. Yeah, I usually make just like basically just art prints, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
You have not been interested, or you have not the
um,
opportunity, or?
let's see.
Sometimes people think it's not like proper art, you know?
Yeah, that's not
The reason.
that's not how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I appreciate. I mean, I love music, so I really appreciate album cover.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's photography or graphic art. But I feel like maybe I'm like selling myself short or whatever. But I feel like I don't feel like I could. I don't feel like talented enough to kind of like go that extra mile to make something that is then fitting for, you know what I mean?
Okay.
For the music, because I feel like what you just said and what is probably why you're so good at it is that you like the music and you are understanding it and you are then translating that passion for music into the poster. And I feel like I don't have that skill, if that makes sense, to then do something graphic that then speaks to the music, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But maybe you know what I mean?
I think as many things, it's just a practice you have to develop, you know?
Yeah.
and also, I mean, the experience of doing it comes through doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's how you. I mean, sometimes, of course, it's a time crush deadline
Yeah.
for any specific work, but you end enjoying it, even the pressure of delivering a finished product.
So here's what I have. I don't have any red.
Anyway,
Any red?
oh, we could use probably the purple.
Okay. But this will work, right? Will this work?
Yeah.
With some water.
More than water, I think. If you have some water, but also if you have a rag.
Okay. I also might have to pause the video at some point
Yeah.
in terms of the battery.
Okay.
So maybe once we're ready to ink it up and carve some, maybe we'll just pause the video and I'll do it on my phone or something.
Okay.
But so if you're making a gig poster though, I have two questions. So the first one I meant to circle back to was, you were saying you did a poster the other week, and you went for the Talia Hall concert, and you wanted to make it like representative, like what's going on in June or in the summer in 2025 in Chicago. So like, what were those things that you wanted to capture in that was going on right now?
Yeah, well,
And what is that mood? Yeah.
Well, this was a very festive band from Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
People went there mainly to dance.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I mean, times here are a little tough.
Yeah.
And I guess here means the whole planet. But
Yeah.
I didn't want to get that into a dark space for people, so I took a couple of their lyrics, which is a dancing guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I also incorporated a couple elements there, which one was how people that are growing our food,
Mm-hmm.
in this case, people that plant the crops that we feed with. Some of them are being menaced by, I don't know, by the administration, or by some dark political forces.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just put there like a guy working a field, but also like a decorated truck
Mm-hmm.
with some slogans there. But it was like festive, part of the posters, and I can send you a picture of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd love
But
to see it.
also, I mean, the main guy was a character using a hoodie,
Mm-hmm.
which looks like the, how do you call this, the dead? The
The Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's a Grim Reaper, but it's also like dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and in my case, I don't see the Grim Reaper or even devils or that kind sort of like what we would consider negative or bad guys.
Mhm.
I try to incorporate them as mainly as positive or good elements
Yeah.
or of any kind, because at the end is just another way of I think that's it.
That looks great. Yeah,
Human
it's great.
imagination, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put those, and of course the colors.
Mhm.
I recently printed it, so it was like
Okay.
yeah, orange fluorescent orange, fluorescent red.
Mhm.
That was great.
So I use this to, like when I'm working, to like clean off things and stuff. So there might be some, there might be something that's kind of wet still. But do you want to use this too?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, I could try first with the
Because it's been so long since I used this method.
with a brush. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I usually just carve it straight on the, whatever you want to do.
I will just add some.
There's water right here too. Actually, I might not have much.
And I ideally, no, this is good.
Yeah.
Ideally, I just use. This might work. Just like by itself. It didn't. Is this oil paint, you think?
No, it's water.
Okay. Yeah, it's water. Yeah, you just need to contrast it.
Yeah.
It's like visually easier to
Yeah.
carve.
I think this is how I was taught to do it, and I just never, I never kept doing it.
You haven't, yeah. And the thing I like using the red.
Already?
Yeah, but with a marker, it's
Yeah.
because it's alcohol
Uh-huh.
based ink. So here what we are adding is a little bit of moisture because of water, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
If your wood is not the best quality, which in this case I don't think we would have a problem, but sometimes
Right.
it could warp.
Right. This does, because I will wash off, because I actually use a water-based ink,
Okay.
and so I can use water to clean it. So I do. The blocks end up warping slightly after like the third or fourth layer, fifth layer. So it is something I try to be careful with. But it does happen a little bit.
Is this always China wood?
Yeah, it's wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean it's better quality than many other woods, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I mean it's humidity, it's water,
Mhm.
so of course you're bringing it to the limits.
Yeah.
But it should be good. And this is gonna be one or two color tops, you know?
Okay.
So yeah, once you have it like that, you can start carving.
Okay.
And the red I was asking you is just for chromatic purposes.
Yeah.
But whenever we carve, we'll see the difference. Awesome. I'm actually liking the purple and black.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Because I have to be careful with the power on the camera.
Yeah. Do you have a charger?
I do have a charger, so I might pause this
Mm-hmm.
and then.
And I couldn't find my other knives.
Mhm.
Because I have a very good one. I mean, a big one that you carve.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah, maybe I should look into getting.
But this wood is good, huh?
Yeah, it is very good.
Where did you get it? Or where do you usually get?
What do you say?
Where do you usually get your wood from?
All right, order it from, I think it's McClain.
McClain's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on your thing. And also, if you ever want me to carve, you can do the whole thing if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ever want me to do it, just let me know.
Do it very intricate, you know.
I think we were talking about the American Poster Institute.
Yeah, it was just the technical stuff. The American Poster Institute, which is the organization that was doing the Flatstock event, which is the poster show at the Pitchfork. They now go by the Poster Institute. So PI.
Okay.
It used to be API, but
Okay.
I guess they are going international, but
Yeah. Okay.
just technical.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when you make a gig poster or maybe a album cover, you know, a vinyl cover or something, what are the different methods you use or techniques you use? Because you mentioned like risograph, but do you use different techniques as well,
Yeah, what?
depending on the project, maybe?
Yeah, depends.
Uh-huh.
And also depends on what the artist wants. But that's mainly when it's a commission project. If they just want a poster and you have the freedom to choose a method, well, I try to combine it. I usually like screen printing for gig posters, but you could also well, it all depends, but I usually draw everything by hand and then I separate colors in the computer. It depends.
And then screen print it?
And then screen print, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but for record covers, it's different because you have to plan much more.
How so?
Well, depending on the project again, but
Yeah.
usually if the artist is interested in one piece, which is how I'm usually approached, it's like they send me, or they have seen my work previously, or they have an idea of what it could be, what they're looking for, but with some example of what they've seen previously. So yeah, it's basically like having a catalog of your work and then presenting them like a different like an alternative, if you know what I mean, like a different proposal. But sometimes I've been lucky to work with people that are open-minded. and sometimes they don't know all the technical specifications, but they like the result. So
Yeah.
sometimes, I mean, you can also work digitally. These days, that's a tool, and I mean, I'm not talking about artificial intelligence, but using a tablet and of course the computer, which
Yeah.
is another tool, you know, and even AI, I think, but I haven't experimented that, and I'm not that interested at the moment.
Yeah.
But I guess there's another tool. So yeah, it varies how you are commissioned for a project like that. But if you ask me what I enjoy the most, it would be drawing by hand. Everything what you see, it's like ink, then scanning it and then screen printing it, because then you have the freedom of choosing different colors, doing gradients, rainbow rods or split fountain, and then on the other side you have a woodblock. I would love to make posters just relief print, but it's time consuming.
Yeah.
I mean, carving, it's probably one of my favorite techniques, but the only time.
Yeah.
And I like details, as you know.
Yeah.
Even if it's not perfect and if it looks like dirty, I really like the details of relief printing
Yeah.
of the matrix.
Yeah. Where do you screen print usually?
Well, right now I don't have a studio, but I was using a friend's print shop, and during the school, well, using the facilities. I mean, for large size screens, I can do an 18 by 24, and then I have a small setup in the basement, and then I can print in one of my rooms that are like studio right now. But yeah, ideally I have someone helping me print larger scale.
So reflecting a little bit more on some of the commissions you made, or assignments you made, or just your artwork in general. Is there like one or two or a couple works that you feel like have been like the most important work for you professionally? And which work are you most proud of?
Yeah, so that question, I don't know. I'm not sure if I can pick one.
Yeah.
I usually try to think my favorite piece is the next one I'm working on, because I try to get better, if you want.
Yeah.
But not only just talking about the technical side of it. Sometimes it's also nice to have fun, and of course, and of course to experiment, give you permission of doing something else that you usually don't.
Yeah.
And the other would be, sometimes you need it as a visual artist just to not getting bored.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you get when you find a recipe that is good for clients or for even for the art world, and I'm one of those persons that you get bored and you try to.
Definitely.
I don't want to get stuck, but earlier you mentioned something about the style, and I think that's something you can adapt to. So even if you are doing a poster for a musical classic concert or a heavy metal band, I think you try to adapt your style to it. Sometimes it doesn't work as you want it to, but that's probably the challenge. Just trying to make it work.
Do you find yourself seeking out different types of like assignments in that way? Like if you've never done, you know what I mean? Do you feel like you try to diversify like the different types of assignments you do? Does that keep it interesting? Or do you just generally, if someone, reaches out and then you'll take it,
I would do that more in a personal way, like for my own practice. Yeah, totally. I like experimenting more. I was just talking a couple days ago to a friend that they want me to make a bookmark, and they mentioned, why don't we letterpress it? And I haven't done that in a while. Actually, I have never printed letterpress by myself. So I know how it works. I know what it entitles, but and I don't have access to a press. So my friend owns one. He just moved into town, and he's like, why don't we press it print it like that? So I was like, yeah, why not?
So would it be like a kind of like a photo relief? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that would be and that's another thing. The times we're living is you can take advantage of different approaches and then just go with it. We don't have to, for a letterpress, you don't have to get the metal plate, or in this case the type. You could use like a plexiglass plate and then go from there. So yeah, that's what I think we're gonna do. It's also important to keep in mind that materials are here to serve us, because you can stick with the very traditional techniques, but sometimes you have to play with it. It's good.
So
they were invented for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And I love, for example, stone lithography, but it's time consuming. So I would probably leave that for a very special project. But if you need a gig poster for the next month, you rather use a metal plate. So yeah, it all depends.
It's funny because I asked Blockus a question in terms of like does she have like a favorite piece of art that she's made? And her kind of response is kind of similar to yours. She said basically she made a zine with her friend, and it was about cows in a field when she was in Wisconsin.
About cows?
Cows, yeah. And part of the reason why it was her favorite was because it was in like a kind of like an open-ended space where there wasn't too much like pressure, you know what I mean? And they were just having fun and like experimenting. So it's kind of a nice answer. And also you're saying something similar, is that it's not like it doesn't sound like you're looking at your work as this was an important piece that I made because it was for this certain client. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I think I would enjoy, or I would pick a favorite piece on the most independent side of my work, even like photocopied zines or no, I don't know, probably on that same page.
Could you talk a little bit while you're carving about the piece that's behind you?
Oh, this one, yeah. Well, this piece was done in 2022 as public printmaking workshop. It was the summer of 2022, 3 years ago, which was also the centennial of Carlos Cortez. Carlos Cortez was a printmaker, poet, and most important workers' rights activist who was linked to the International Workers of the World. Born in Wisconsin, but born in Wisconsin from a Mexican father and German mother. He came to Chicago where his career his career and his life happened most of his important part of his life. He did this piece called La Lucha Continua, and it's a very mid-sized print, but this is a tribute to him, and I did it I added other characters there that are part of La Lucha Continua means the struggle is on, and that's why I put the translation. But also I thought about it as not only social justice and the events that were going on at the time, right after the pandemic, with all the police brutality going around, but also thinking about the same we were talking previously, the people that feed us, the people that are in the fields. And also I tried to make a diverse group of people here, and not just people, because you can find those fantastic characters that are also part of our culture. In my case, the skeletons, the skulls, which is a big influence, of course, from Jose Guadalupe Posada as a printmaker, and also I would say he's the most important Mexican artist. That is very well known now that he's not among us, but also the main topic he was talking about, which is the ephemeral existence of us as humans. I include that, and also this Diablo here, which is a devil, and that's another idea of what I included, mainly in our cultures, in our Western culture. The devils are like not good elements, right? But in this case, he's on the side of people, because at the end, it's a little bit talking about Catholicism and religion, but also, I don't know, it's like a diverse group. This is almost like a cartoon, this guy here. And some you cannot tell if they're women or men. So it could be androgynous, but also have different lectures, and the same happens with the sky, which you don't know if it's nighttime, but you can also see the space.
Yeah.
And I usually incorporate that element of this cosmic body, which is Saturn, a planet. But for me, that means the mystery. I mean, it's a beautiful, visually very attractive celestial body. You know, like a planet with these discs. But how do we know it exists out there? I mean, besides it, you're not going out with your telescope. I use usually my work as the mystery and the mystery of life.
Okay.
Going back a little bit to what we were talking about previously, nature and insects and the stuff we don't. Do you have a brush? The stuff we don't usually understand, but it's like the mystery of life, I would say. How we got here, how we are born, and how we are conceived. So, too many questions, but I think we should remember. I think when we are little kids, we think about all this stuff, but little by little we forget.
Yeah, you stop questioning things.
And sometimes just allowing yourself to being surprised, right? So that's part of it. That's why I incorporate those elements. And you can see different stars, and some are very graphic, some are like what old sailors used to put on their maps. So it's a little bit of history, I would say, as well. The history of the peasant struggle. I mean, right now we have people in Ukraine trying to continue with their life, planting barley and wheat. But the same happens in Palestine. They're planting olive trees. Some other people are burning them down in California. So it's like a cycle, but it's human nature to look out to support each other and also to continue their own struggle. And I think life, I mean, at the end, life is that, right? Like a daily struggle. Even in biology, that is part of what we do as living creatures.
Yeah, someone was telling me the other day, they were reading something that was telling them that the point of life is love. You know?
Love?
Yeah, it's like it's like someone loving you and you loving someone, basically. Or not necessarily someone singular, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something I wanted to have here on this specific piece. And also, again, it's I'm gonna send it to you, the image of Carlos Cortez, and I think it resonates. I'm a member of Instituto Gráfico de Chicago, which is a Latin American printmaking collective here. We organize Grabadalandia, which is a free 3-day event in November, and that was just the excuse to to pay a homage to Carlos. And but this piece in specific, you can find it at the National Museum of Mexican Art in Pilsen. So anytime you want to see the original block is there.
The block for this piece?
His block, which again is not that big. It's like,
Which this piece is based off.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have to work on this edition. Because we just printed some few ones for a couple of shows here and in Wisconsin and in California, I guess.
Alright, so that's going now.
The telephone? Yeah.
Yeah. I have another piece that I want to show you, or that I want to talk about. I have it on here. And I'll just put it on the video. But I was wondering if you could just if you could tell us more about this piece and how you made it and what was the inspiration.
Oh, it's mine?
Yeah, it's one of yours.
Okay. Which one? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my... That's an old one.
I really like it a lot.
Okay. That one is a mural I did for La Mairie de Toulouse, which is the art and cultural bureau of the city of Toulouse in the south of France. That's funny. That was probably probably the largest mural I have painted so far. Yeah. And it was displayed for a music festival. Imagine it's like their Millennium Park.
Okay.
Of Toulouse, and it's right besides is the bank of a river, the river bank of La Garonne, which is the river there. And that was part of our residency, 2011. And I think to this day is the largest mural I painted. It's funny because the Mexican government at the time had an issue with the French government. So they decided to fly in Mexican artists, but Mexican artists that were not living in Mexico.
Wow.
So yeah, they picked me. Yeah, there was a very, very bad and very stupid misunderstanding between the two governments.
Okay.
And they decided to do that.
The U.S. does that too.
Pardon me?
The U.S. does that, for example, with like Germany, for example.
Yeah. And I mean, all the time. And the problem with that is, I mean, I was glad they picked me and they flew me and they kept me for almost a month there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
To create it, and then we flew back during the summer for the actual show.
Cool.
I remember they brought Los Lobos from California. So they had every year I guess the country, and they decided to help me as a graphic. It was a stage, so as you can see the bar, and I think there's a person there. Yeah. So you can see the scale. There's a guy riding a bike.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so the bar, and they were selling the beer there.
Wait, so was it hand painted?
Yeah, it was hand painted.
Oh
yeah.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I could have done a digital thing, but at the time I mean, it was also a challenge for me to create it.
Of course, yeah.
But no, the point was to paint by hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And,
you made that there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your space like there?
And that was during the winter again, because we were working at the Centre Culturel Mainville, which is outskirts of Toulouse, and I was painting in a big studio. Yeah.
So what what are the figures? What's the
Oh yeah, well the theme is culture, and but with a contemporary twist. So what I was creating, it's this landscape of musicians and dancers, with some luchadores, some of the Mexican iconography, wooden masks, and also the history and how, well, according to the legends, the beginning of Mexico happened, right? Which is the tribes walking around and looking for this very specific site. And wherever they find an eagle eating a snake standing on top of a cactus, they were supposed to found the city, and that's why we on our flag we have that eagle. So yeah, I put that, and it's in this case it's the skeleton, the Grim Reaper again, but it's it has a tattoo. It's a luchador because it's like lucha means struggle, but it also translates to the sport, wrestling, and also has to do with all the masks and all the wrestling around the visual, very rich culture about the sport. And the tattoo says La Invencible, which translates to the invisible one. That's because, of course, no one can defeat that. And in this case, that's taking the spot of the eagle, and it has a record close to it, and it's standing up on top of a cactus. So I also incorporated the folkloric costumes of some folkloric dances in Mexico, and well, there's a couple of female characters. One is the revolutionary one with the hat, and the other one is the dancer. So a little bit of juxtaposition of elements. Yeah, that was it. And it was a lot of work.
So how did you plan it? Did you draw it for the first time onto that material, or did you draw it small first and then...
No, I started drawing and then just painting with that. I think it was acrylic or vinylic paint.
So you just started drawing right onto that material?
Yeah. And the thing, well, at the time, because it was probably the second mural I was working on, I was just drawing and walking to see it from afar, just to keep the perspective, because I didn't project or anything.
Okay.
And the same would happen with, well, it's a triptych, and we used vinyl material. On the other side, they had printed some photographs for the previous festival. So if you see the other side, there were some photographs, I think from either a French or an African artist, photographer.
Okay. What were those? There were photographs of the festival?
Yeah, but the previous edition.
Okay.
So we were just reusing it for this one. So that would be the 2010 festival. Yeah, I can't remember what the photographs were about, but they were just recycling the banner.
Okay. So that didn't have any, it wasn't related to what you were making. You were just reusing the same material. Yeah, and I remember they said it was expensive, so they wanted to use it again. That makes sense.
And I'm totally, I agree with that. Using
definitely
all the materials. That's something I've been trying to also incorporate in my practice. Trying to avoid as much as possible waste. And also, recycling. It's always good to recycle.
So doesn't have to be brand new.
Yeah.
In this case, you were unable to see what was going on the other side.
So it wasn't. It was just like it wasn't like a. Like what was behind? What was behind it? You couldn't see. You couldn't walk over there or something. Was it a closed off area or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was just the facade of the bar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people never saw the photographs that were in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a couple of pictures that they shot from where the live acts were happening, performances, and it's pretty impressive. Mainly during nighttime, with all they put some lights and it looked nice. I think I have some pictures somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good one.
So the feminine figure in the middle with the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more about that? Because I've seen in Mexico before. I've seen, you know, kind of a similar like figure. Is that a common?
Yeah, well, that's
Like the
inspired-
woman with a hat like that. Is that a common reproduced like picture? Does it have like a certain meaning?
Well, it's a.
You said something about liberation, or
It's what?
do you say something about liberation, maybe, or?
Yeah, those two elements on the center. It's they were revolutionaries, but no one in specific.
Okay.
I mean, it was just probably just the people that really take part of a revolution. In this case, a social revolution. But the guy on the horse, to the right of that lady you're talking about, that's inspired on one of Jose Guadalupe Posada's print that is called Calavera Zapatista. Emiliano Zapata, which was a freedom fighter in Mexico, he was a leader in the revolution of the 1910s. The girl next to it is just we call them Adelitas, which is the female revolutionaries, but it depicts the regular people, or of course the women that support not only in that case the struggle, but also their families. And in Mexican culture, women are very important, and culturally, historically, yeah. That's why I incorporated her. But it's no one in specific. And also I put her on a blue skin because I didn't want to portray a specific race, if you want. But yeah, somewhere there you can find a Afro-Mexican lady over there. Yeah, I also put some sparks, so you can find the boxer here, and football player, soccer player, a guy reading a book. So it was a mixture of elements they wanted me to have, like culturally and historically relevant for the Mexican contemporary society. Yeah, if they would ask me to do it this 2025, I think it would change some elements, and mainly the way I depict them, but the idea would be pretty similar.
So how would you depict them differently?
Well, I would be probably make them much more accurate, less cartoonish, if you want.
and probably mixing them a little bit more with current events. But you have the literature here, the graphic arts, the music, the dance, the sports, and in the middle there's a guy with a ski mask. So this guy is wearing a bandana, and this was of course previous to the pandemic, but it's the way the revolutionaries used to conceal themselves, you know.
Yeah, right. When did you start wearing masks and yourself?
Like properly, when I came here. I mean, I have a couple pictures when I was still living in Mexico, and I was already using a mask. Mainly a wrestler mask, or a modified one, or the ones I use now. They were made specifically for me by mask makers, like professional mask makers. But yeah, I also like that of creating another personas, and you have the opportunity to reinvent yourself through them, because the mask has a very important power in many cultures, and it could have different meanings, but I enjoy trying to recreate another CHema or another mood of myself, but also I like how visually it can work in different environments. Yeah, and I really like masks. I have a lot of work depicting masks. And of course I love Halloween.
Do you have any outfits on Halloween that you remember that you liked?
Like a full costume, or?
Yeah, anything, yeah.
Well, I had my first mask I got here for the first Halloween. I think I was invited to. I wore the Black Lagoon monster. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Which is not properly, or I don't know if that fits into terror, but
yeah,
it's like the mystery of a creature out there living among us in nature, and I love that idea of what we haven't discovered yet, the mystery again, the possible mutations in the future. I don't know.
Have you ever seen The Shape of Water? The movie
Yeah.
There's a really good creature in that.
Yeah, which is inspired on that. Yeah.
I love that movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I saw that during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Can't remember what year it came out, but
I think it might have been like 2017 or 2018, maybe 2018 or 2019
okay,
or something.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I always loved Guillermo del Toro when I was in my teenage years. Yeah, just like the imagination and the creativity.
What is your favorite movie from Guillermo?
been a while. Does he have TV shows as well?
He does, but they're from the 80s.
Okay, obviously Pan's Labyrinth is a big one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's my, I don't know if it's my favorite. I do almost like The Shape of Water more, you know.
Okay. And I think he has a new one coming up. Right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I haven't even watched too much of his stuff to give you a real good answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for me it was mostly like, I don't know, just following his drawing, you know? And, cause I also really liked him because it seemed like he really like took his time with his work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Doesn't he? Like kind of like.
And also, he has been doing that for years. I mean, like horror.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Mexico back in the day, and I'm talking about the 80s. Horror wasn't that big,
Mm-hmm.
and mainly on Open TV. But he was doing a series of horror, like soap operas, but the theme was like the paranormal
Mm-hmm.
or something we're not used to in Mexico, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or back in the day. It wasn't popular,
Yeah.
and he was doing that. So he has been doing it for a while, and then he moved to California
Mm-hmm.
for a very tragic reason, which was his father was kidnapped,
Oh, geez.
and then they asked for a ransom, and anyway he went there, but he has been always exploring that side of human nature, the inexplicable, the paranormal, the horror, and he actually has one of the few horror movies in Mexico from the 90s that is called Coronas, and it deals with that, the time and all that, but it's important. And then of course, well, I don't know, but he became very famous, or with which one, but he has been there for a while,
Yeah.
doing a lot of stuff, and not only directing but also producing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Devil's Backbone,
Mm-hmm.
is that his?
I don't know.
But that's a good one. Or he produced with, yeah, he had and that was previous to Pan's Labyrinth,
Mm-hmm.
which I really like.
He's done some more cartoon stuff recently, right? Did he do? I feel like he won some award for.
Pinocchio.
Oh, was that him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched that in like I want to say like 2022 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
I can't remember, but yeah, it's recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
It was like more dark. It was like right? It was like because it was set in.
it was more dark, but not as dark as Corrodis, the original one, which is Italian. Yeah, because I think Pinocchio kills his dad on the original.
The
one.
original? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think on this one, he only dies. But of course, Disney made it different, much more sugar coated.
Was it made for kids or was it made for adults? Or was it not?
I think it's just a popular tale, as many as
For the Guillermo del Toro version? Do you know if there was a certain audience for it? Or
I don't know, but it wasn't for kids, I would say. Probably
it wasn't?
PG-13. Yeah. Yeah, because it deals with other stuff.
So I do think I remember hearing a quote where he was saying animation is not only for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say that because he also, I mean, I don't know if he started with animation, but he has done a lot. And he also supports a lot of small or independent animation companies in Mexico, and mainly in Guadalajara, where he's from. Yeah. Yeah, but I really like his stuff, and I don't know him. I have friends that know him, and I know that he supports a lot the arts and other creatives. Yeah. We're progressing.
Yeah, definitely. It looks really good. Can you tell me about the tool you brought today?
Oh, the tool?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I met this guy that started making tools, carving tools at his small workshop, and I haven't been in touch with him, but I invited him to come to Gravadolandia, the printmaking festival I was talking about previously, because all his tools are one of a kind, and he repurposes mainly vehicle parts, and then he does for example, the shafts from another parts of a motor. He uses them to make like wide knives. And I visited his workshop. It wasn't his apartment, so he had a room where he was making the tools. He had a bunch of good ones, and this one I was asking about. We call it, I don't know if it has a name in English, but in Spanish we call it the translation would be the braids. How do you call the veil?
The veil?
Veil of a bride.
Yeah.
Bride's veil, because it makes those parallel marks, you know. And you've seen those at Leopoldo Mendez or Jose Guadalupe Posadas, little, very small linear work, but they were mainly using either linoleum or, in Posada's case, it was a metal zinc plate. So I asked him to make me one, and he agreed, but it took him a couple of months just to get the right metal part, and then he started doing it. But it's not like customized tools, and I wanted him to come just for other artists to see the wide variety of stuff he was doing, but I haven't been in touch again. I might reach out.
So, what made you want to get the three? What would you call it? The three chisel.
Oh, and this one specific?
Yeah.
I wanted it 5, and he said let's start with a smaller one.
So what was it that made you want to do that? Did you ever see that before, or you just thought?
Well, again, I've seen it, and I was asking around, but it wasn't this kind of it wasn't a knife. It was what's the name of it? The one they use for it's a buril. I don't know how you say it in English. The one you use for the flat wood that you're not carving, you're just pushing. Have you seen that? So it's very old-timey, I'm gonna find out what the name is, but yeah, I was trying to emulate it because it's not a carving tool. It's
Oh, okay. Is it for like etching and intaglio prints? For like copper plates, or it's
you
for
can
what?
you can find it. And it's on that case it's the one that rolls,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
the name
I know
of
you're
that
talking
one?
about. I know you're talking about. Okay. So it's like the little like rollers with little chisels on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the name of that again?
I don't know. Yeah, I know you're talking about though.
And that was just the idea. So he was trying to emulate that.
Okay.
Hmm. But I like that he was not afraid of trying at least.
Yeah.
He like, yeah, let's do it. And he took it took a couple months to find the metal part that he was gonna use, but yeah, then it worked out well. And I just wanted to emulate that mark,
Right.
which brings me to you could probably do others. I mean, in the future, or probably try to the roulettes. I think they're called, right? Those
What is
the
it?
ones that spin, the roulettes or
Roulette.
something like that.
Yeah. No, I think you're. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
And
It's been a long time now, so
yeah, and I haven't been into etching for a while.
yeah.
So yeah, like he was open.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually, I think he trademarked his project and everything, but I'm gonna reach out to him tonight.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other special tools, or just not necessarily special, but any other tools that you use a lot in your work often, whether it be like brushes or inks or any carving tools or anything?
Well, the Japanese knives that you can get at McClain's,
Mm-hmm.
I really like. Sometimes they're a little hard to sharpen,
Yeah.
but they offer that service, so you can send them back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they send them all the way to Japan.
Oh wow.
So it's like you're getting it sharpened by the manufacturers,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't done that in a while. To be honest, these days I sharpen with a belt.
Yeah.
That works perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even use the sharpening stone.
Yeah.
And also the carving tools are very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want a good quality one,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally worth it. It makes your life easier.
So in terms of something we were talking about earlier was, approaching making art so that you're excited about it, and it's so that you're not bored, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that something we talked about before is something that you feel free, if you need to check that too, feel free to.
Yeah, no.
But something we were talking about earlier was like, so like keeping things interesting for you, and something that you and I talked about once was kind of like your work during your MFA, and your work doing more like ceramics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if you could talk more about your exploration with ceramics, with 3D work, and sort of just like how that's going for you and where maybe you see that going.
Yeah, I was surprised by how interesting work you can create with clay. I never used it before, the material, and also I've had done very small amount of work with 3D and sculpting and well, learning about mold making, different techniques, and mainly related to clay, but also to plaster and actually metal too, like bronze. I didn't take a class, but I just learned a little bit, and but clay is the thing that really got me into exploring that side, and also the different ways to make a piece much more. I would say you can. I mean, it's not necessarily the in that case the size of it, but how much detail you can add. In ceramics would be the glazes and finishes you can get, which of course is another world.
Yeah.
And probably that's part of what really got me into it.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole world. And in that case, I miss having access to a kiln and all that. But
Yeah.
again, it's been just like more than a month that I lost access to it.
Yeah.
So I'm already looking for some studios where I can probably go and fire some stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's incredible what you can do. I really like ceramics now.
Yeah, and it feels like it does translate really well to maybe your style, and because you make figures, you make characters, you make people. So is that what you are trying to explore in ceramics, or are you?
Not necessarily the same, but of course it can expand my universe. Yeah. And to be honest, I would like to even go further and probably. I mean, I created some printed ceramic pieces, and you would be surprised how much these techniques can feed of each other.
So you're saying you printed on the ceramics?
Yeah. And also, well, the next step I was looking for, which I didn't have time to, would be to create like a stand to later be used as a printmaking tool. But of course, you have also limitations with materials. But in that case of printing ceramics, I mean, that was very, very satisfying. Carving and then printing it was nice. Have you done anything of that?
Printing on different materials?
Printing on clay or?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's something you could explore.
Yeah, definitely. I have made some clay pieces. I haven't spent too much time doing it, but I do like to, work with clay.
Work with what?
I do like to work with clay. I've just
done
it a few times in my life.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. Did you go to Oxbow?
I went when I was finishing my undergrad.
Okay.
In the summer once. And I did actually like iron, or it's like a metal pour,
Oh yes.
Because they have a space for that there, which is pretty cool. But have you gone?
Yeah, yeah. And that reminded me of the class they took. I didn't. I was doing printing and painting.
Mm-hmm.
It was called draw, print, paint.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember I was spending some time with the clay makers, ceramicists.
Yeah.
Also, when they fire outdoors, like it's nice because they cannot control everything. You get different results. It's different, but I like it. I would like to do much more, and I might do something with some friends from school at an urban farm. We have access here in Humboldt Park, so we might have a sagar firing. So yeah, if you're interested, I can let you know. Oh, but that would happen probably in September.
Okay.
You can come back for that. Visit. Yeah, when you're visiting. Do you know what that is? The cigar firing?
I mean, for example, I know it's not what you're talking about, but I know that in Argentina they have certain outdoor cooking methods. Are you familiar with that?
For ceramics or?
No, for food.
Food. Yeah, well, no, it's just uncontrolled fire out in the outdoors, and they use like a pot, and then they put the small, or I guess you could have a larger one, but you could your sculpted pieces or whatever you're gonna fire inside that, and then they put it in the fire. They also add like different flours, baking soda, salt, and other chemicals, or mainly from nature, that would affect the firing. Sometimes the pigments or that. So it's a nice combo. And we did it probably twice last semester, but that was just a club that the students started. It wasn't part of the syllabi or any class. But I also like that from the ceramicists that they are enthusiasts and they wanted to know more. So, and they were most of them, they were very welcoming. So I actually took that ceramic class for 3 semesters at the end. So yeah, I liked it.
So how did you get into working with ceramics?
That was a good mistake, or a happy mistake. I guess there was a guest artist that came to do a lecture, and they had a workshop. But at the time, I didn't know they also had these like small lectures in each department. And a friend just told me like, hey, this guy is gonna be. Did you go to that lecture that happened on Tuesdays? I guess it was. And I really like his talk. So he said like, hey, we're having a workshop, but it was not announced. It was just for the ceramics department, and I just got in, and I was a little nosy, but it was nice, and yeah, that's the very first time I started sculpting or playing with it,
Who was that? Who was ours?
Oh, the artist was Chanupa Lugar. I can't remember his second last name, or but he was it was whistle making, very brief workshop, and it was nice. And the one I did, it worked. He mentioned sometimes it doesn't, so it was like, okay, I think this would be interesting to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of times in that semester, I was just invited to go and use clay, but the next semester I enrolled in a class, and then I never left it. But yeah, it's very nice. Also, one of my grad advisors was it was the head of the department at the time. Yeah, he invited me to, hey, come and play with the clay, see if you like it. And yeah, I loved it. So he was actually my last professor of my last ceramic class, and I told him, hey, you are the guilty, the guilty one that got me into this. Yeah. I really like the class. I mean, in general, ceramic department was very cool.
So what is it about making ceramics as interesting to you? You know, like what are you trying to explore? Like what are you trying to make, I guess, in ceramics?
Well, to begin with is the material you're using.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's probably my and your ancestors what are there. It's the earth, it's the soil,
Yeah.
what you're using, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like it has been in the last decade, so it formed throughout a long period of time. That is one. When I'm saying your or my ancestors, is mainly, I don't know, prehistoric creatures,
Right.
but they've been here.
Yeah.
And the other one is how, at least what we discussed, is how human beings started working with ceramics, which was kind of by accident, because that's what they mentioned. Most of historians agree that the first clay or fire clay has been discovered next to the bonfires, or the pit fires, pit fires, fire pits, and the thing is how they use the different the different types of ceramics just to start making tools, because again, art has always been functional, I think, even when it was planned to live in a cave, or you know, it had a function. It could be spiritual or religious, but it had one. And the same with ceramics, and of course with ceramics also it developed as a tool to probably work it better with the food they were trying to do, or I mean whatever they were cooking, and also to keep water fresh, and all of that. Of course, we're not talking about properly decorative work. And then, going a little bit back to what I was mentioning about the error component of it, which also goes, I think, hand in hand with the pigments they started adding to the ceramic, the clay that was fired. Oh, and that's because the oldest, how do you say, the oldest pieces of ceramics have been found by the fire pit next to it. So
Okay, right.
so yeah, they were just playing with mud and throwing it, and they found out after it being fired, it
Right.
got another consistency, and then
Right.
the rest is history. The same happens with the pigments of painters and
Yeah.
yeah.
So what, I guess, like, in terms of, like, formally, what have you made, I guess, in ceramics, you know?
You're not gonna believe it. I've mainly done masks.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I started working with this project about creating 43 masks
Okay.
that I almost completed,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean just as a project, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the body of work I wanted to create, but I really like the very old techniques, which would be terra sigillatas and all the basic stuff you want. I don't know a lot about that, but I would probably like to use similar techniques with what they did in Mesopotamia
Yeah.
or even the Greeks. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
which I think those kind of earthy pigments are part of. But yeah, I mean I would love to have another 2 years of ceramics exploration.
How much does sort of the history of art in Mexico, like, how much do you look to that in terms of, you know what I mean, like the earlier, because there are a lot of ceramic works.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes to, I mean, the pre-Hispanic cultures in the whole Americas. I mean,
Yeah.
not to mention Peru or yeah, I would like to go there. And of course, the other part is textiles,
Mm-hmm.
which I never did before the MFA,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like the potential, the alternatives, and also I think you mentioned something very important: the history of the materials and how it has the role it has played with human culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
'Cause there's also a lot of, I don't know, is it use of other materials in Mexican culture too, like different stones and different, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
like jewelry and like things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Which is a whole
metals.
another area, but
But they're related because it's all like tool makings and material domination, I would say. Trying to, make stuff work. Pigments, of course. Natural pigments and yeah. Yeah, another part I really liked is going back a little bit to the making of the art supplies or the art materials. And I took this class about pigments. And it was actually drawing materials and techniques. And oh yeah, I really like that. And that's actually something I want to go further. The making of inks, probably with I guess that has been tried before, or it has been explored, but I don't know. Probably using like wild fruits, or for example the cochineal, which is a pigment that was very valuable when the Spaniards went to Mexico. I don't know, copper. Yeah, there are many ways to explore it.
So why 43 math?
Well, that was a project I had in 2000, around 2022, I guess. In 2014, there were 43 students disappeared by the police and the Mexican army, and they were all starting to be teachers. And up to this day, they were kidnapped, and they haven't been. I mean, they don't know where they are. And it was more than 43 students, because it's a long story, but it has to do with corruption, the army courts, and the police trying to rescue heroin shipment that was coming to Chicago, or that was the final destination. So it was a confusion, misunderstanding. Sorry, it was a Also, it has to do with, I mentioned corruption because it had to do with the mayor of a small city in Guerrero, where the plants are grown and all the process of heroin is completed. But what is crazy is how these events developed. It was the September 26th, 2014, and at the end it was the 43 plus teachers, students that were kidnapped. But they I mean, those were disappeared, but they killed some other. There was another boss of soccer players that were going through, and they were shot by the police because they thought it was the students. It was nighttime, and it was a crazy hunt that night. But for me, it was of course a tribute to the 43 people that were involved, that they just wanted to get a bus to go to a demonstration in Mexico City. But at the end is how easy it is to get rid of people, and in some cases you never get justice. And I'm saying that because just thinking as individuals, I know we all have a lot of flaws as humans, but I just wanted to depict, and these are masks. These are pretty similar to characters like this, that they are not perfect, and that they have dreams, but also they have flaws. I mentioned before, and also they have dreams and also fears. And the other thing would be yeah, how the power structures don't respect that. They just saw them as I don't know, people that were interfering with their business, you know. And the funny part is, some journalists found out that shipment was coming here. So it's a long story. I haven't had the time to clearly write down, but at the end it would be as a remembrance of those kids, because they were mainly in their early 20s, and how they got disappeared. Yeah.
How's your finger? Is it bad?
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Trying to find a band-aid.
Yeah, no, but I pinched it. And yeah, no, but it's something recurrent that, you know, I wanted to make. First, I thought about doing the portraits of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not the first one. There are comics about it, like graphic novels. But yeah, I think at least like, just as humans, they deserve like a memorial, you know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. They never. Actually, people from Switzerland came to test the DNA because they found some corpses, but they're not sure it's them, right? And so this was 2014, and some of the parents, they have passed away, and they never saw justice. They never found the bodies. Like, it's terrible situations, and so it was thought about bringing a little bit of humanity to that case. And of course, there are too many around the world that go through similar or worse circumstances, but I think it's important to have a memory, and for that reason, I thought that it would be an important project. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of the main ideas about that project.
Yeah.
And by the way, it wasn't 43; it was 43 plus, because I was planning to address the other casualties. That, for example, the soccer players, they are, most of the times when you read about them, they are not mentioned, and there were also kids that they were just coming back to the places. And there's some gruesome details I wouldn't mention, but yeah, that night was a terrible one for them. There's a journalist from the US that went to live to Mexico City, and she ended making a graphic novel, and I think it's a very clear one.
Do you know what it's called?
I will find out. I can't remember. And her name, she's from New York, but she lives in Mexico City. And what's her name? And she goes by Andala Lucha in Twitter, but yeah, she actually got like an award or something. She just did the investigation. The artist is someone else. It was a collaboration. We're almost there, and I didn't include my monogram, but it's okay. I usually do.
It's like a circle. What is it?
Yeah, this one.
Oh yeah.
The CH.
Right. I'm so excited to see how it looks on top of the first layer.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I may have mistaken a couple letters.
No.
Very thin, yes, and all that. I forgot my brush.
You have a really good one.
I mean, the bristles are like hard plastic ones.
Yeah.
I don't like metallic ones, but
The other camera has got some battery in it, which is good. So
oh yeah,
we can move back to that one.
okay. To the GoPro?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, that kind of projects like the last one I was mentioning, sometimes are more personal, of course. I had the opportunity to show it in a museum, but it wasn't completed on time. So I just try to keep them as personal projects, and probably they will see the light later on. But there are mainly like motivation stuff I plan to do, and in 2024 I wanted to do something, because it was a decade of that very tragic event. But sometimes you are involved in other stuff. Like, for example, I was in school, so I had no time to plan a show. But there's always, another time to plan it. Hopefully there's another time to show it. But to do that, you have to complete it first. So okay.
Finished?
And then I left this like is the energy of the growing tree. These lines. Small details.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to
The other one?
and then we're gonna mix the color.
Yeah.
Could you tell me about like some lessons you've learned, or just some lessons you've learned from working collaboratively with people through workshops or with musicians? Like any lessons that you've learned from those experiences that stick out?
Lessons.
Yeah, like
Okay,
yeah.
Working with other creatives and artists has taught me that you have to be open-minded in order to get a project finished at the end. And sometimes you face different ideas, different approaches to the same goal, but sometimes you also fight a little bit with other points of views. And something I for sure have learned is that you have to be open, that you have to give and take, but you cannot push your ideas be the one that is gonna have the final reason, if you want, the final, how do I put, the final truth. So it's important to balance what you think and what you do, but also accept the others. It's also good to rely and, of course, trust the others, mainly if you're having a work with a team, but also if you're just working with another artist. I've also learned that not just one brain works better as two or more. And the idea that you could explore with others are better, and sometimes you can nurture from each other. You don't do sculpture?
I do some sculpture. I don't have any here, but
Yeah.
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind?
I like to.
The
just,
wooden? Or?
I've done. I mean, I did like
Oh.
but I like to do like more. Like I made these pieces with frames. I like to like find.
I think you showed
materials.
me the other time. You had something here, right? But I was asking because I saw what Ali does with the wooden things. What should I do?
Do you want to?
Oh. Okay. Go like that. I'm ready to see through this. Some brain.
Cool.
Oh,
A dream collaboration for me would be the next one
yeah.
my life brings to me. I have no ideas right now, and to be honest, I'm open to any collaborations, I guess, as long as a project is important or is interesting. It doesn't have to be a very big project or to have a very famous artist included. It's or to a big institution. I think the important part of creating with someone else is the I don't know how to say it. It's probably the willing of 2 or more artists that want to contribute with the same project. And when that happens, it's actually not something you are looking for. It just happens. And I think that's it. The dream collaboration would be, or it's gonna be the next one, that it happens naturally. Yeah. That's what I think right now in 2025.